What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. This is the second video that I recorded yesterday, live stream, that got fucked up due to the connection, so I'm gonna record it in this way and just reiterate the points that I made yesterday. And this has to do with Marie Tran, who is an actress who's well known for her portrayal of Rose Tico in the latest Star Wars series or whatever. And I've gotten out of Star Wars a while back. I mean, I still, once in a while, I still enjoy the fandom and watching all the people that are involved in it. And once in a while, if the movie's on TV, yeah, I'll fucking watch it, but I'm not like super deep like I kind of used to be. I'm not, well, I never really was super deep like that, but I'm just not like where I used to be, essentially. But this chick, Marie Tran, for those that don't know, earlier in the summer, she deleted her Instagram accounts, and all these SJWs were saying that, oh, it's because of racism and it's trolling and all that stuff, even though she admitted no such thing. She just deleted her shit. Okay, and now that that's circulated enough, the latest trend by all these people in Hollywood is to jump upon the virtuous bandwagon, or the SJW bandwagon, and she jumped on it. She's rolling with this. As you can see on the screen, I won't be marginalized by online harassment. And I'll go through the article here, and I'm just gonna point out all the bullshit as quickly as possible, okay? So let's go through this bitch. It wasn't their words, it's that I started to believe them. Okay, that says to me that you're weak. Their words seem to confirm what growing up as a woman and a person of color already taught me, that I belonged in margins and spaces, valid only as a minor character in their lives and stories. Again, that comes off as weak, and it's bullshit, because there are Asian characters, Asian women that have made millions in Hollywood. I've talked about this in the past concerning Chloe Bennett and all this shit. When she ran around saying, oh, well, Hollywood's racist. Well, no shit, but not for the reasons that you guys are putting out there. All right? And those words awakened something deep inside me, a feeling I thought I had grown out of. The same feeling I had when at 9 I stopped speaking Vietnamese altogether because I was tired of hearing other kids mock me. That's just what asshole kids do. Or at 17, when at dinner with my white boyfriend and his family, I ordered a perfect meal in English, to the surprise of the waitress, who exclaimed, "Wow, it's so cute that you have an exchange student." Again, they're just ignorant fucking assholes in the world. Their words reinforced a narrative I had heard my whole life, that I was other, that I didn't belong, that I wasn't good enough, simply because I wasn't like them. And that feeling, I realize now, was and is shame. A shame for the things that made me different. A shame for the culture from which I came from. And to me, the most disappointing thing was that I felt it at all. Yeah, it should be. Because the same society that taught some people that they were heroes, saviors, inheritors of the manifest destiny ideal, taught me I existed only in the background of their stories, doing their nails, diagnosing their illnesses, supporting their love interests, and perhaps the most damaging, waiting for them to rescue me. And for a long time, I believed them. I believed those words, those stories, carefully crafted by a society that was built to uphold the power of one type of person, one sex, one skin tone, one existence. Okay, so she's talking about the theory of white supremacy, which is bullshit, because she's an Asian woman. Asians by far make a lot of money. Very studious, very industrious society. So and there's stats that prove that Asians make more money. That it just is. So, okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. It reinforced within me rules that were written before I was born, rules that made my parents deem it necessary to abandon their real names and adopt American ones, Tony and Kay, so it was easier for others to pronounce. A literal erasure of culture that still has me aching to the core. Okay, so you could change your name back to your fucking regular fucking name. You have the money. As much as I hate to admit it, I started blaming myself. I thought, oh, maybe if I was thinner, or maybe if I grow out my hair, and worst of all, maybe if I wasn't Asian. For months, I went down a spiral of self-hate into the darkest recesses of my mind, places where I tore myself apart and where I put their words above my own self-worth. And then I realized I had been lied to. I had been brainwashed into believing that my existence was limited to the boundaries of another person's approval. I had been tricked into thinking that my body was not my own, that I was beautiful only if someone else believed it, regardless of my own opinion. I had been told and retold this by everyone, by the media, by Hollywood, by companies that profited from my insecurities, manipulating me so that I would buy their clothes, their makeup, their shoes in order to fill a void that was perpetuated by them in the first place. Yes, I've been lied to. We all have. And it was in this realization that I felt a different shame. Not a shame for who I was, but a shame for the world I grew up in. A shame for how that world treats anyone who is different. I'm not the first person to have grown up this way. This is what it is to grow up as a person of color in a white-dominated world. This is what it is to be a woman in a society that has taught its daughters that we are worthy of love only if we are deemed attractive by its sons. I don't know where the fuck she's getting that from. This is the world I grew up in, but not the world I want to leave behind. Oh God, so much shit. I want to live in a world where children of color don't spend their entire adolescence wishing to be white. I want to live in a world where women are not subjected to the scrutiny for their appearance or their actions or their general existence. No, oh God. Yeah, let me just wait till the end. I want to live in a world where people of all races, religions, socioeconomic classes, sexual orientations, gender identities, and abilities are seen as what they have always been, human beings. Well, let me tell you something. The people that you are caping for right now actually look at people in the way you just described. All these far leftists, all these people in Hollywood look down upon people who are different. People of color, as much as I hate that fucking term, because that just, as a black person, I hate that term, because what it does is, if black people are fighting for something for black people, basically anyone else who's a minority falls into the person of color shit, and then all your fighting has gone to where? Nowhere. So stop with that people of color bullshit. This is a world I want to live in, and this is the world that I will continue to work toward. These are the thoughts that run through my head every time I pick up a script or a screenplay or a book. I know the opportunity given to me is rare. I know that I now belong to a small group of privileged people who get to tell stories for a living, stories that are heard and seen and digested for a world that for so long has tasted only one thing. I know how important that is, and I'm not giving up. You might know me as Kelly. I'm the first woman of color to have a leading role in a Star Wars movie. I am the first Asian woman to appear on the cover of Vanity Fair. My real name is Lone, and I'm just getting started. Okay. This chick is just like, again, just like Hollywood, you know, it's obsessed with this idea of, oh, white people are holding me down. Look, in America, white people are the majority. So common sense will tell you certain things are just going to fit them. You know what I mean? Not that I'm agreeing with it, but it just makes sense. Just like if you go to any Asian country, I can't walk up in Japan and be, you know, trying to change things and do it. They're gonna look at me and say, what the fuck are you doing? Same thing with Africa. Certain things you just can't do. You know, you understand what I'm saying? So that's why this whole narrative of white privilege, this and that, dude, do what you need to do. And like you admitted in your own fucking shit, is that you have an opportunity. You made it. Again, there's plenty of Asian actresses who have came before you that don't have this issue. Lucy Liu, what's my girl from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Ming-Na Wen, Chloe Bennett. I did a video on her. She was talking the same nonsense. As far as women's appearance, listen, you're in acting, sweetheart. If a part calls for a fucking woman, maybe a woman that needs to look a certain way, guess what? It is what it is. I'm sick of these people running around saying, oh, you know, everybody has to have an opportunity, which on some level, yes. But in Hollywood, when you're looking for a certain thing, you need maybe a certain look, you need potential drawing of an audience. And if there's a woman that fits that and it's based off of her appearance, I don't see the problem in that. It just is. Now, let me address all this shit. People are running around saying, oh, it's racist. It's no. That's not what it is. These last couple Star Wars movies bombed because of the far leftist propaganda that was put in it. The fans didn't like it. They didn't like the how they made characters like Rose Tico and what's the other chick, Rey, whatever her name is. They didn't like that they were Mary Sue type characters. Like they were just thrown in, poorly written. People didn't like that. Now, the other thing is, if she was harassed so much, show proof of it. You're part of a multi-million or billion-dollar, dare I say, correct me if I'm wrong, franchise. At that point, nothing should stop you. If someone's on the internet saying stupid fuck shit, racism, misogyny, whatever, I mean, this is why I side with Milo Yiannopoulos, especially when he says this, when he had the issue with Leslie Jones from that shitty Ghostbusters movie a few years back. And he goes, you know, if you expect me to believe you're some multi-million-dollar megastar and you're sitting on Twitter crying about tweets, you know, and you're so broken up, he goes, no, miss me with that shit. He goes, I don't believe that shit. You're a multi-millionaire. Same with you. I believe that I looked up the articles about her net worth, and supposedly newcomers get 300,000. But I'm sure you're in what is it, SAG, and you're gonna get royalties and residuals. This is a springboard for you. People could notice you and say, you know what? Let me work with her. She was in Star Wars. Maybe she might draw in an audience. But you're not looking at that. You're looking at, well, you know, a few trolls got at me on fucking Instagram. And another reason why I say this is bullshit, and this is the icing on the cake, I just did a video about Ruby Rose, the chick that's going to be playing Batwoman, right? What did she do when SJWs were attacking her, saying she's not gay enough to play Batwoman? She automatically put it out there. This chick deleted it, no proof, no nothing. Then all of a sudden she's back. I call bullshit on that. This is just like the Me Too shit that I don't agree with. You can't sit and when something happens and there's no proof, you're not saying anything, and you wait X amount of time and then you come, I'm not buying that for a minute. I think that a lot of these Hollywood guys like to they're riding the be a virtue signaler train. That's what I honestly believe. I wish her success. As much as I can't stand a lot of these actors in Hollywood as celebrities, I can't stand majority of them now because they sit and criticize from their fucking ivory tower, and meanwhile they're not mingling with the everyday folk. They're not doing any of that shit. So Kelly Marie Tran, I'm calling bullshit on it. Just my opinion. It is what it is. And that's all I really got to say. I just wanted to do this to, replace that other video that I recorded yesterday. But that's it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, share my shit, and that's it. Like it too as well. Peace, bitches.